Hi, this is Dre with Yourself.Podcast, and today we are talking about narcolepsy. We have Kim on the panel, and she suffers from narcolepsy. And for those of you who are not familiar with this topic, narcolepsy is like a chronic neurological, let me see if I'm saying that correctly, neurological disorder characterized by the brain's inability to regulate sleep wake cycles, leading to excessive daytime sleepiness, which is also called or referred to as EDS, and sudden uncontrollable sleep attacks. It often involves sudden muscle weaknesses, uh, sleep paralysis, which I believe is quite scary. Such a that just worries me a lot. Vivid hallucinations, and it's caused by a deficiency of the brain chemical uh, hypocitrin. I believe it's how you pronounce it. I'm not sure, but this is Kim Jones, and we're glad to have you on the panel today. We're very excited that you've agreed to join in on this podcast with us and explain your experience with narcolepsy and how you deal with it. So, when did you first realize that something wasn't normal about your sleep? How long ago did you recognize it?
So basically, when I was like 14, because I used to be hyperactive, I used to be always on the go. And I was at my nan's one day, on a Monday after school, and she noticed that I started falling asleep.
Mm,
And it was her that alarmed the situation of me falling asleep. Um, and basically, she had to quickly grab my food because she's doing me like chicken and rice.
mm,
And my face, basically, I was falling asleep and my face nearly planted into my food. And so she alarmed everybody that I had a problem. So it took me, they diagnosed me with chronic fatigue syndrome at first until like I was 18. So I really didn't have much medication.
mm,
Like I didn't have any, and I was having it like at all. And I was at college at the time as well. So I had to have schedules, going to sleep at a certain time and then waking up and then going to college and stuff like that. And then when I turned like 18, I got proper tested at Stoke, an overnight stay. So I had plugs all over my head, all over my body, my arms, my legs, and I had to have this big box, uh, about that big. Well, it was bigger than that.
mm,
And I had to have it overnight. I had my own room, so I could lock the door. Um, so yeah, and then the same, sorry, the night after, they uh, they basically, 'cause I have cameras in my room as well, and they'd wake me up and say I've had a dream or anything, and I'll be like, no. But during the day, they would monitor me during the day as well.
okay.
So yeah,
So it started that early. So,
yeah.
how did you have to, after that happened, after your school recognized that there was a problem?
It
So
wasn't the
you,
school. It wasn't the school. It was my nan that recognised it.
oh, okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so when she recognized it, you, I'm not sure if there's like a little bit of a language barrier, but did you say that you went from the age of 14 to 18 without being diagnosed or without any medication?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, without any medication. They diagnosed me with chronic fatigue syndrome,
Mm-hmm.
which is another type of sleep disorder.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Um, and until I was like 18, and then I actually went for proper tests. So during that time, I've had no medication, and I used to be about, I would say, about 9 stone. And because I was falling asleep all the time, and not exercising and stuff like that, I gained a lot of weight as well.
Oh, okay.
Um, so when I turned 18, they pushed it to get me proper tested.
Okay. That's one thing I wanted to talk to you about too was what was the process from, from for getting diagnosed and getting the medication? What was that like? How did you
So
what
basically, so basically, it took me 4 years to get proper tested. Constantly going to the doctors, and I'd literally sit in my doctors, and I'd fall asleep
Mhm.
without realising it. And in the end, my parents had to come with me because I would literally sit there and I'd be like, boom, and I'm gone. Um, so it took a very long time. I went through specialists, and they just said, oh, it's chronic fatigue syndrome, and just brushed me off. I mean, I tried a couple of these herbal things that they gave me, which didn't work. So I survived on coffee and energy drinks to
Oh
get me through college. Um, so yeah, but the process, it took us ages to push to to get these tests. And then after them tests were done, I think it was like 2 weeks, I had to go back up Stoke, and speak to the specialist, and he diagnosed me with narcolepsy type 1. So narcolepsy type 1 is where you got cataplexy as well.
yeah.
So I can suddenly drop, and if I get, I can't remember what it looks. So basically, it'll look like I'm really tired. I only have cataplexy a few times a year, if that. So I'm very, very lucky. I've only got the narcolepsy.
Mhm.
Um, but when we had that, when I had that diagnosis, and he gave me a like medication, um, my dad was like, "Can she have it now? Like start." So we waited half an hour, and then basically I started my tablet the day after.
Yeah,
That
cuz
the day after that.
I saw that cata, cataplexy, is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah,
I noticed that was the muscle weaknesses. So I can
yeah,
see why you would gain weight because your muscles are getting weaker. So that brings on the fatigue, and then that brings on the sleeping. Well, with the narcolepsy, you're sleeping a lot more, so you're less
yeah,
active, and so that must slow down your thyroid, your metabolism, all those physical things. Um, are did you get any sort of treatment like aside from the medication to do any form of physical therapy?
no,
No. Is that something that
no,
they ever try with
it's
people who have narcolepsy?
no, like I've never had that. I mean, my granddad used to try and teach me tricks, or to try not to for me to fall asleep, and like some of them work for like a certain amount of time, and then they stop working. Then
What kind of tricks were
um,
what did he teach you
it was
like?
just like just that it like just basically just going like that on the table to try and keep you awake.
Just tapping?
Like it's yeah, just tapping because the noise.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, like it was like every time I sat down, I was when I was standing up, I was fine. But there was one occasion where I'd be with somebody and walk down the road, and then I nearly dropped into the road and nearly got run over.
Oh no.
Um, so it was just like it was like one of them sort of things. But the medication worked, um, until like now. Well, I was on 200 milligram a day, But they had to start me off on 100 milligram and then for a week, and then up it then after that to 200 milligram a day, and then after 5 years, it's like sort of stopped working. So then they upped it to like 400 milligram.
Mm-hmm.
So it like 200 milligram twice a day, and then now I'm on 600 milligram of modafinil and two other tablets
Mm-hmm.
as well.
That sounds like a
So it's
lot.
sort of
Like,
like later on it's got worse.
it sounds very high. 400 milligrams and 600 milligrams. It sounds very high. So you must have um, really been far up on that scale, you know?
Yeah, I'm on 600 milligrams now, but back then I was on 400 milligram of modafinil,
And so
and
now,
I worked for 4 years,
oh, you did.
and then and then I started getting the sack because I was falling asleep on the job
Oh, okay.
because of my narcolepsy. I mean, like the company that I was with was very lenient, um, because they know about my narcolepsy and everything. Um, but then like I went to another, and I started getting sacked and stuff like that.
And how long?
So it was just
I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, carry on.
Oh, so I was going to ask you, how long have you been on the medication since you've been diagnosed?
Since I was like 14 with modafinil, and uh, the other two is in the last couple of years. Uh, One of them I've been on the quick release mephedeliate, the quick release ones,
Mm-hmm.
and then they changed it to the mephedeliate, um, the slow prolonged release tablets. So I've been on mephedeliate basically, I'd say around about 6 years, plus,
And do they
and
give
that is
you do they give you
sorry.
a do they give you a time to say at some point we can start to wean you off, or is this something that's going to be like a lifetime thing?
Like I think it's probably like a lifetime thing, and if they did take me off it, mephedeliate is classed as a control drug.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I've been on it for a long time. I mean, they give me like, but before they used to give me like every few months, like 2 months worth.
Mhm.
Now, because I've changed hospitals, because there've been problems with this letter that needs to be sent and all that, and basically, um, I've gone days without tablets. Put it that way, basically.
I see.
Um, So it's just like I change hospitals now. I have to ring up every 15 days, um, to pick to basically order my tablets, and even then there's problems. So now, like, yeah, and then he started me on another one, sulfur. I can't pronounce it anyway.
Mhm.
But yeah, like I'm just about surviving.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Cuz I was going to say that medication seems pretty power or pretty strong. Has it, since you started taking it, have you had spouts of times or times where you either forgot to take it or got tired of taking it, that you stopped the medication and then suffered again? Or have you been
well,
consistent?
with my when I was on my modafinil, I took myself off it because I read the prescription and thinking I don't need these tablets, and basically it made me realise I do need these tablets. So I basically had to teach myself that lesson to learn that I actually do need these tablets now. Do you get what I mean? So I had to, I wasn't, I was forgetting to take them on purpose because I didn't like taking my medication and stuff like that. But it taught me a valuable lesson that I actually do need them. So now I make sure that my tablets get ordered, and I'm persistent with it as well. Um, my tablets are ordered on time and stuff like that. Start with my control drug. I make sure that I order them in advance, so there's no like miscommunication or anything like that.
Right.
Because I can't physically go without them because I do depend on them to function. Otherwise, I'll be asleep
Mm-hmm.
all day. I could when I weren't taking tablets, could sleep all day and all night
Wow.
without them, unless I had coffee or energy drinks, and that could be like I used to have like 5 monsters,
Oh my goodness.
and loads of coffee and everything, and now I don't drink energy drinks anymore. I still drink coffee, but not my energy drinks.
Yeah,
I came off
the
them a few years ago.
yeah, those energy drinks can be quite harmful
Yeah,
to your system.
caused you to have diabetic.
Oh, okay. So you're diabetic on top of
Okay.
everything
No,
else.
no, no, I'm not diabetic.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No saying it could lead to being diabetic, and I'm quite surprised that I'm not diabetic in the amount of energy drinks
Oh, I
I
see.
can had.
So
Um,
what have you done personally to kind of work through that process that's made a difference in your life that you, not only are you coupled with the medication, the doctors, but do you have any kind of hobby or anything that keeps you busy throughout the day so that you can sleep during the normal hours? Do you have anything that you do?
yeah, I do art now.
Okay.
Everything basically is based on hallucinations.
Yes. Okay.
So I would do doodle. I do quite a bit actually. I do like the doodle style.
Mm-hmm.
Art. I do paint pours because I was 21, and I started one day just doodling just randomly, and then it was a hobby. Like I enjoyed it. It just took me whatever was going on in my life. It took me to like another different place,
Mm.
like my own little world.
Right.
And that and obviously as you could see a background and that there's a few of my doodle styles of my wall.
Okay.
Because I'm doing the four walls, and then also paint pours as well, like mixed with all different colours. Um, and I started that a few years ago, and then I've added like uh, glass engraving, um, Mod Podge stuff, wood burning, like to keep myself busy,
Yeah. Yeah.
basically.
I'm sure that wood burning would be quite dangerous if you were not on your medication.
Yeah.
Wood burning
I
art.
mean, I wouldn't try something if I wasn't that stable. I mean, I have had near misses where I burnt myself,
Mm-hmm.
but this with the acrylic.
Mm-hmm.
So I did a paint pour, and I decided I wanted some milk. Well, so obviously I put it on the side, whatever. Me waking up half asleep, not realising, because obviously I forgot I had the white paint around and stuff like that. I drank the wrong cup, and yeah, I drank a bit of acrylic paint,
That must have woken you
and
up.
I was ill. I was ill, but
Yeah.
that's the yeah, but never will I do that again because obviously me half asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's just crazy. But yeah, I drank a bit of a acrylic paint, and if people want to know what it tastes like horrible rust in your mouth because when people have then question, oh, what did it taste like? Because I've never tasted that before. Rust, horrible rust, like, and I've realised, and I must have swallowed a little bit before I spat it out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
That's
I've
crazy.
basically rang my mates up and told them, and they were like giggling at me and everything there was. And
Oh
it's
my goodness.
because of my friends that I've had around me. I see the funny side of
Mm-hmm.
all the tiny little things, like maybe on the bus and stuff like that, or like I fall asleep. Like certain, I see the funny sides. Like even if I fall like fell in the lake. Like usually I wouldn't find that funny, but because my friends have got me used, like, and the way that they've seen it as, and they made me see the funny side of it instead of the serious
Mm-hmm.
side of everything. So even though, like, yeah, it can be very dangerous and, like, you know, drinking acrylic paint and everything, like, it, I take the seriousness out of it, even though other people might not find it funny. I find it funny now. So
Yeah.
as I never used to feel like that. And that's because of my friends supporting me as much as they have. And I can be an absolute nightmare as well as a friend.
Well, that.
Especially with my narcolepsy.
Yeah.
Like they're banging the hell out my door, and I've got my music blasting still because I left the door open, like just in case I do fall asleep. And they've woke me up, and it's like, how the hell have you slept through that? My music was blasting
Mm-hmm.
to the max, and I was still asleep.
Yeah.
And I've locked them out as well of their own house
Oh
because
no.
I fell asleep, locked the door, and yeah, she just about managed to get in because I fell asleep,
Did
and that
they?
happened a few times.
Oh my goodness. Did this narcolepsy, do you feel like it affected your self-confidence or your identity or even your mental health? Do you think it affected
Yeah,
that at
I
all?
mean, yeah, I mean, when I fall asleep, it really annoys me and it sort of brings me down a bit. But like when, like when I've got my friends, and they, like, they lift me up. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I'm not on my own. I mean, I know that, like, I'm the one that's got it, and sometimes, like, but they help me a lot, and without them even realising it.
So you have a
Do you know what I mean?
support system.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. And I also got another support system as well, which is Safe Haven as well, which is another mental health place. And that, like, it's just a drop in. Like, you can go in, you can talk. Like, you don't even have to talk to anyone. You can just sit there in silence, because when your mental health is at the low, like, I mean, sometimes I've sat there in silence and I speak to nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but that's just because, like, I'm just not all, like, I wouldn't say it's like all the time, but when I fall asleep, it becomes an annoyance, and that is one of the triggers, because like I've got triggers. Like if I get angry, I'll fall asleep.
Mm.
I
Oh,
laugh too much, I fall asleep. Storm. Sorry, that's my dog.
it's okay.
Someone's knocking on someone's door, and she thinks it's mine. It's not.
Okay.
Um, and what else was it? Like,
So
there was another
your
one, but I can't remember what it was. It's got triggers.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So your triggers can be just living your life. You're
Yeah,
laughing, and then all of a sudden you're asleep, or
yeah.
and that's interesting because I didn't know that it was affecting you that greatly. I thought that it was. I know one of my questions too, though, is do you feel it coming on sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes I don't, but when sometimes I actually feel generally tired, because um, I, sometimes I don't know the difference, but I do in a way. But it just comes on, so it's just like it can be very scary, especially like in the middle of town or something like that. Like I'm at a vulnerable position.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you know what I mean? So it's just like it it's just one of them. But if I feel tired, if I'm in my flat basically, and I feel tired, I'll probably have an hour. But like obviously, when I'm at my friends, it just comes on
Mm.
like it did today, and I was like, and I would ask them how long did I fall asleep for, and it's like 10, 20 minutes, half an hour. But it's just like one of my friends tried to wake me up once. She couldn't wake me up. She thought, but no, it's because I was in a deep sleep, like hallucinating,
So does the
and that
hallucination come while you're asleep or right before you go to sleep?
it's like right before I go to sleep, but also it's a mixture. Like I've had sleep paralysis as well. That is very scary.
Yeah.
I won't wish that on anybody. And it was really, yeah, really mad experience. Like
Mm-hmm.
I've had that quite a few times. And hallucinations as well that I have. Like I see figures,
Mm.
I've heard voices. It's like, for example, I was living with at my friend's house, and they were downstairs, and I thought, obviously, I heard them say, "Let's let the dog out." So then when I asked them, like, "Oh, did you pop up thinking because I let the dog out?"
Mm.
Because I heard a voice saying, "Let the dog out," and she's like, Why is the dog out?" I said, "You told me to." Like, she's like, "No, I ain't been up here for like 3 hours.
Oh my.
Like, we've been down the whole time."
Yeah.
Like hallucinating and that sort. And I've had taps as well. I'm not sure whether that's hallucination. Like I've had taps on my shoulders and stuff like that, like I should. Like I've had really mad stuff, but I'm like sort of like used to it. As whereas if someone like when you first have narcolepsy, that it like that is scary at first,
Mm-hmm.
real scary. Like, but it's just like in a way you sort of get used to that thing, and it doesn't bother you in the end. But like a person that's just got narcolepsy, it will scare you, and then you start to basically like, as I learned, to just try blocking it, like ignoring it, basically, like especially with the taps and stuff like that, like trying to ignore it, and that sometimes it's very very difficult. I mean, I have hallucinations as well that zombies are chasing after me and everything's
Mm.
crazy. The sort of things that I have,
Yeah.
but like I've got used to it now. So I say to myself, "Guess what? I had hallucinations." I was like, "What?" So I had zombies chasing me last night, and I was like, "But my
Oh.
art, like with the art, that's what I'm saying. Like with everything I do in my art, I know why it's so detailed. It's because like my how can I pull it in the simple way? My hallucination keeps me creating things.
Mm-hmm.
So like I've I've done my art the style the way I've done it for a reason. Because the way I see it as with the doodle style is when I look at it, I know what I've put in there. When say for example you look at my doodle style,
Mm-hmm.
you will see something completely different to what I've put in there. It's basically it sort of represents that everybody sees differently from everybody else, and not everybody sees the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
If that makes sense,
Mm-hmm.
it's like I could say I'll put an octopus in there, but you seen a turtle, or you seen a dragon in there. As
Somebody
well
else
as
could
I
see
know I've
something
put an
else.
octopus in there, but they've seen something different. Do you know what I
Right.
mean?
Right. It's like
It's like a
staring at
different,
plastered wall almost, right? Like almost staring at a
yeah,
plastered wall where you can see images in the wall and other people can see other images that you missed. So
yeah,
it's kind of art left to be interpreted by the viewer or by the art lover. So it's
yeah.
quite interesting. And if you wanted to tell the world or anybody who has ever heard of narcolepsy or has not, and they just hear rumors. What's the one thing that you, or a few things that you could tell people that is a misconception or a misunderstanding about narcolepsy?
Um, like, so at first, when I was falling asleep, people calling me like rude
Mm-hmm.
because they would talk to me and I'd fall asleep.
Yeah.
But it's just like it's just one of them things, like that happens. Like it's just like do if you don't know about narcolepsy, I'd research it on the NHS. Or if you know somebody, or you could always come, they could always come to me and ask me questions they don't understand. I mean, when I was I would say when I was like in my late 20s, someone that I knew, her daughter had narcolepsy, and she gave me this thick book of all about narcolepsy and the triggers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So the person that I was with at the time didn't understand narcolepsy. So I gave her that book to read, and no, yeah, but she had a sort of bit of understanding. Like if you want people to understand it, if they like to wake you up, make sure you get woken up nicely.
Mm. So
I
not.
always say my motto is to everybody I come across, new friends, partners, whatever. You wake me up nasty, I end up being nasty because when someone's shaking you or whatever, you think it's an emergency.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing that's going to come out is either your legs or your fists.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
It's you wake up in a
it's
panic
just
then.
like, yeah, just like try to understand, like, and put yourself in that person's shoes. Like,
Yeah.
look from a different angle and different point of view.
What do you think you
It's not laziness.
What do you think that you would change about the meaning of narcolepsy?
The narc part.
That it tells on you,
Because as
or
soon as
that?
because as soon as it says narcolepsy, but you put I've got narc, it's like what narcissist. I went
Oh,
no
okay.
narcolepsy. Yeah,
That's a very simple way to talk about it.
yeah. But I think there should be like more medication and more help for people who actually are suffering with narcolepsy because it's not just you falling asleep; it affects your mental health. Like I used to be an athletic. I used to run, do all the sports you could think of, apart from swimming because I never liked swimming anyway. But I used to do everything, all sports, and then for me to go really, really athletic and that, and then to
Hmm. To
falling
nothing.
asleep all the time, etc. It proper took a massive effect on my life. So I've had to sort of like change the way my life was, and yeah, like, and then I had this doodling thing
Hmm.
come about me when I was like 21. Like, it's just mad. So, like, I've sort of like left athletic style, like the athletic thing. I did play football for like a year and I just didn't enjoy it anymore. But like with my art stuff, it was like it sort of gave me a gift in a way.
Hmm.
Because some people that have got narcolepsy are artists. And there's also there's different types of sleep disorders. You've got sleep apnea, you got insomnia, you got that kind of chronic fatigue syndrome. You've got all different ones. I mean, narcolepsy wasn't out there as much as it is now. It just like if you're falling asleep or whatever, just keep pushing.
Yeah,
Because I had to push for 4 years to get help and everything. So
that is very good advice, because I think a lot of people who suffer from that probably suffer in silence, and
yeah,
they probably lose a lot of income because they can't hold the job and they don't know where to start or what to do. And so,
sanctions.
yeah, things are
It's
getting.
people. like for example, I'll just go to the job centre to find some work. So I'd miss my appointment, and I was quite lucky that she never sanctioned me because she knows obviously I've said about my narcolepsy and stuff like that, and it's all on medical as well. But what she said was that she puts herself in my shoes, and that's why I never got sanctioned. But like the ones after that I had, they didn't research it. They didn't even all that sort of stuff, and I got sanctioned. And then I did a working capability assessment, just basically because I'm a health and safety hazard. I couldn't work any machinery.
Oh, yeah.
Um, and the job that I used to do was doing security, and health and safety risk. So I would push it with the assessment as well.
So
Um,
do you think that you're suffering less than you used to, or just about the same, even though you're on these high medications, high milligrams?
um, See, like when I'm on new tablets, it will work at first, and then it starts to die down.
Mm.
And then obviously, because I have contact with my specialist every 3 months, so I've got quite a good uh friendship basically with my secretary, and also because it was like, how are you getting on with your tablets and stuff like that. And there's one tablet that I can't take is because I'm overweight. Um, and it's too much of a high risk for me to have. So been put up with them.
Well, Kim, I'm hopeful that your narcolepsy starts to lessen um, as the days go by. I really appreciate your time today and your explanation of your diagnosis and how you cope with it, and your advice to people who may have it and then just are not treating it. Um, can you tell us where to find you to follow you for art?
Yeah, so my username is called Kim's Art Skutch. Um, S Skutch,
Okay.
and with laughing faces at the end. And then I've got another same one with two, and then my Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube is the same name as well. So
Okay.
every like the same name basically is on every platform. Well, not on every platform, but yeah, on certain platforms. I kept it all the same because it's easy for people then to find me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, any questions? Like they just ask. If no, obviously, if there's not very nice ones, I will not reply. I will not reply. Um, it's like for the people with narcolepsy to stay positive, and start trying to live your life as best as you can,
Yeah.
like, and stay
That's
positive.
yeah. Yeah. Well, Kim, I really appreciate your time today and your vulnerability to educate us on this narcolepsy disorder and try to help as many people out there who may be suffering in silence. Um, I'm glad that you have an outlet. Um,
Can I just say sorry? Can I just say one thing?
sure, absolutely.
Uh, that soon I'll be bringing out a book, and it's a narcolepsy book.
Oh, okay.
Um, because I'm writing not about narcolepsy.
Mm-hmm.
So it won't be anytime soon because it's a written one,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm bringing out another one which is an art style. So it's basically me falling asleep, like like in all these different places and stuff like that. But I am bringing books out about narcolepsy to help people as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, that and where are you gonna sell that on like Amazon or?
Yeah,
Okay, okay,
Amazon. Yeah,
okay. Well, you make sure to keep us posted. If you'd ever like to come back and talk some more about this subject and educate us a little bit more. I know we had kind of a quick
yeah.
segment, but we would love to have you back. And then, even if it's not about like narcolepsy, your art and how you've improved, if your systems have improved, and but I really love that you were vulnerable enough to talk about it. I know a lot of people they tell me, "Oh yeah, I want to do the podcast," and then when I tell them, "Okay, we're gonna get a little personal," people try to stray away because they're, for one reason or another, don't want to share their issue with the world, basically. You
I
know.
mean, sometimes people can like because it can be very embarrassing,
Mhm.
like and like but it's just it could be it can be a very embarrassing subject. Like, 'cause obviously I've been like in vulnerable situations and stuff like that, and
Mhm.
some of them are quite embarrassing. So I do understand on that side, but like I'm still learning myself to how to cope with the whole situation, like with my narcolepsy and stuff like that.
Mhm.
It just takes time,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I don't see the seriousness anymore. I see the funny side, and like that's what I'm saying with my friends. Like that's what helped me get through like the seriousness of narcolepsy. It used to really bring me down, and
Yeah.
now because I've got my good friends around me, like and see the funny side instead of the serious side, it's what's helped me get through. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like,
Yes. I've heard that having a positive attitude, it might not always clear up your issue, but it does actually reflect into your body, and your body reacts to that positive energy, and somehow it shifts something in your brain to where you're not thinking, oh, this is the end of my life, I'm not going to be able to accomplish any of my goals, and you give in. And once you give in to your disorder or your life crutch or your life challenge, then there's no room for improvement. There's no search for a cure. Then there's no community that can build and support each other, and know and have people who can relate to you. And so I think that's a great thing that you do have such a support system that helps you with the humorous part of it. And I feel bad that you were placed in vulnerable situations sometimes, or embarrassing situations. But really, when it comes to anything mental health, there's really nothing embarrassing about it, because this affects your mental health. This affects your physical
yeah,
health as well. And so I want people to know that there should not be a stigma about it, that it's okay to talk about it, that it's okay to reach out for help and look for a support system and find the humor sometimes. Because there's times when I think I was on a live, you might have been in it before, but where I said I went to my psychiatrist today. It was my appointment, and the vote is in. I'm still mental. I'm still a little psycho. So
oh yeah,
yeah,
and
you know,
I said, at
yeah,
least
and
you're
I
on the
think,
path.
yeah, but you're still trying to work through it, and it might take a long time, but it's good to know that you have good support from family or friends or both, and then that you keep up with your medication and you try to be positive about it. Because in when you're in that mental state, you can actually help at least one person. And that's what I try to do with this podcast, is if I can at least help one person relate to something that my panel is going through, then my job or my goal has been reached. You know what I'm saying? So
I
I'm
mean,
glad
so
that you came on. And I'm sorry, were you gonna say something there?
yeah, so when before you get obviously with narcolepsy, before I had no medication, and like I was going through college, and I still passed everything. So if I can pass everything through my college, because some people are like young, going to college, university, still haven't been diagnosed with any sort of sleep disorder yet, still keep going because like that's what I did, and I proved like to myself, not to anybody else, to myself that I can still do this, and I got student of the year and one
Oh,
year
wow. That's impressive.
because I was determination. I don't even no, it's not there. Oh, I thought it was there, but it's not. And I had a big trophy, and I was still waiting to be diagnosed.
Mm-hmm.
Like I still kept pushing, and that's what you've got to do is keep pushing.
Well, I certainly appreciate your words of encouragement to others, because if you can do that, then there are others who are suffering
And
who
if
can find their way to get properly diagnosed with the proper
anything's
medication.
possible,
Yeah, anything is possible. And your attitude can equal your altitude as well. You can go far with your attitude too, So I'm
yeah,
really grateful that you added that in there, because there are a lot of people who think, well, I might as well give up. And you don't have to give up. You can keep going. You can advocate for yourself if you don't have a support system right away, but eventually you will. And hopefully, that those who watch this episode can try to find you you're on TikTok and on Instagram, I assume.
yeah.
Um,
Facebook,
Okay, and Facebook. So they can go to those platforms and look for your art, and maybe that can inspire somebody. And I understood that you said something about that you are now helping other mental health patients with art, to teach them art as well. Did I
yeah,
understand that correctly?
yeah. I'm
So,
doing a couple of sessions. I mean, I had my first one on Saturday at Safe Haven.
okay.
It's the mental health drop-in.
Mm-hmm.
And the really nice there, like the people there to talk to. Like I made quite a few friends from there as well. But like with like I must have had about 10 people, 10, 13 people come to my art class, which was like my very first even teaching anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Um, apart from sorry, my voice. So apart from doing like a tutorial video and then sending it over to somebody, like physical, like in person,
Right.
like teaching anybody, and it went really well. And like the people that came proud of them because like they did yeah they did amazing. I've got another one on the 18th at Safe Haven between 12 and 2. Sorry, 12 and then ends at 2. But last session we like didn't finish till like 3 ish, probably more than because everyone was still doing little doodles and that.
Yeah.
Um, and then the week after, which is on the 25th, everybody's doing a paint pour.
Oh, okay.
And that's at Safe Haven. All the session, like the 3 sessions, because it's like only for the time being. Um, the paint pour is there as well, same time, 12 and 2. And then if people want a one-to-one and want to learn, then more than welcome. I'll yeah,
So
I'll
if
do
they
one-to-ones.
so if somebody's interested in doing one-to-one or one-on-one session, are they able to contact you online, and then you could
Yeah, yeah,
possibly do something live with them?
yeah.
Okay, so all they would need to do is find you. And what's your handle on your platforms so that they can find you?
It's the same. But sorry, what do you mean?
Your handle name for what you go as on TikTok, on Instagram, Facebook. How can they
Same
find
Kim's art. Sorry, Kim's art Scotch.
Kim's
I
Art
think it's the
Scotch? And it's
yeah,
SKUTCH, correct?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. So I just want to make sure in case somebody wants to, who's not living near you and is having these issues or any other mental health issues and would like to take a class with you, I would like to refer them, and I'd like for you
yeah,
to be
yeah,
able to get more support that way, and you can give support as well for those who
yeah.
kind of want to escape and learn art as a coping skill as well.
Yeah, I mean the last video tutorial that I sent over was to a person that lives over in Kentucky.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Well, then
So I was
we'll make sure that we pass that on to our listeners. And like I said, I really appreciate your time today, Kim, and your vulnerability
yeah, thanks for having me.
and all of the information that you've given us. You're a I don't know what it is. You're holding the torch pretty high for the people who have this disorder or are haven't been diagnosed yet, but think that they may have this disorder. And I am very proud of you for the accomplishments that you've made and had, and now you're teaching art and you're willing to accept new people to teach art, and that is an amazing accomplishment. So I hope that you have a great healthy day today, and I hope that you have the sleep that you need as to use it as rest to fuel your body, and um, hopefully we'll have you again just to check in to see how you're doing in a few months and
Yeah,
see how
that's
that's
yeah, that's good.
okay.
I'll
Well,
be happy to do that. Thanks for having me.
yeah, thank you so much. You have a great day.
I will do. Thank you for having me, and I'll catch you later.
Okay, you too. Bye
Okay.
bye. Once again, we'd like to thank Kim for her time and her vulnerability and all of the skill that she has and knowledge she has regarding the narcolepsy. And like we said before, in while I was interviewing her, if you're interested in becoming one of her art students to kind of open up your mind to have that as a coping skill, make sure that you look for her on TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube, or I'm sorry, Facebook as Kim's Art Scutch, which is spelled Kim's Art, and then Scutch is spelled SKUTCH. And we hope that you can connect with her and hopefully get some help with that. And I'm glad for all of our listeners. I appreciate each and every one of you. And like I say in every end of our podcast, if you'd like to be on the panel, please contact us, or we can contact you too if you're interested. We are on TikTok and Instagram, and obviously on YouTube. Leave a comment on one of the videos, DM us on Instagram or on TikTok. Let us know that you're interested in being on the panel. We discuss everything mental health, life challenges. We just don't discuss any politics or religion or intimate addiction intimate addictions. So we believe that you should be left to mental health professionals. So, and if you're ever in dire need of mental health assistance, you can see our banner up at the top. You can always contact 988 Crisis Lifeline. They are available 24/7, 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And if you also need further immediate assistance, you can contact 911 or have them contact 911 for you. And once again, I'm so glad that you joined us today. I appreciate you very much, all of our listeners, all of our watchers. And if you do watch, give us a likes up or likes down. Give us a comment to let us know what other subjects you'd like to discuss. And in all of that, I just like to thank you all. This is Dre. This is Brace Yourself.Podcast. And that is a wrap.